Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a morning. Remember when I said that I didn't want to do anything with the vellum because I thought I had a tree die and I went through everything. I actually went back into all the Stampin' Up stuff that I was donating, for heaven's sakes. And I pulled out this stamp set, and it comes with dies, which I have over here on a piece of magnetic board simply because what a mess. And then I was stamping them and cutting them and trying to see what I liked and what I didn't like. And I was testing different things, mediums, to make it look like snow and stuff. Looks like something came on that one. But I prefer, what I found out in all that is I like this color cardstock, this sagey green cardstock. And this is Simon Hurley Fake Plant, and this is the bundled sage that we're using in the book, and so that's what I like. But I wound up doing fussy cutting because the die with this is not rounded enough for me, because this is like a very loopy, the dog's over here going crazy. So I did a closer fussy cut on this one, and this one I had use the die to cut it out, and I just softened the edges a little bit. That one has got a little piece of, and I was making myself crazy with, there we go, with different things and things and things and things and things. Okay, playing with book page here, just all the things, and the piles are getting so big because, anyway. So what I have here is, remember I have this book in Japanese and we have no idea what it says, but I like the texture of the paper. So this is the first signature. And back here is where we did this. And I was initially thinking, well, wouldn't this look cute up here? Just glue it down. And then I was thinking, well, why don't I just use the bundled sage? Actually, I think I was looking at that one. Just use the bundled sage and stamp it down. That way I don't have to, and then use, because I embossed this with clear embossing powder, but it's already in the book and it's going to make a mess. Embossing powder is going to get everywhere, so we're not doing that. So then messing with all kinds of book page. I was like, okay, this is a little bit of a larger pocket than normal. I just folded the page in half. I also taped down the edges with micropore because I don't want anything to get caught, because it's not a gusseted pocket. And then I just sewed around the edges with the thread that I have. And what I'm doing now is I am, if I can pick it up over here, going to just this plain green tree. I'm just going to glue it down just like that on top of the pocket, just to give it a little something. Now, this is my issue, people. As I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking, well, maybe I can use a pen to, I don't know, or maybe do this one. No, okay, or that one. Nope, we're just going to do this solid one. And we're going to glue down the whole thing. We're not going to make it a little tuck spot or anything like that. We're just going to glue it down to give it a little bit of texture and stuff. Let's see if I can. So I've been up here for a few hours making a complete mess. And I was recording, but it just became too much. But you should have seen by now. If not, I did post earlier. I did the embossing swatches. So because Kathy had thought that maybe the hieroglyphic, that might be too thick, the hieroglyphic embossing powder might work better on white cardstock than it was working on that crash test dummy we were using. And so I tested it out. The answer is no. It does not. It did not. Okay, now, and I'm just going to glue this down here. Also, the issue here is with this is scale. This tree looks silly because those acorns are so big. Now we're going to just run a bead of glue, and we're actually going to run it close to the threads. It's also, again, maybe too much, just to give the thread their security that it's not going to pull out. Okay, so there we have one pocket done and dusted. And what I was also going through is more texture. So this is the player piano paper, and I thought, well, that the color, I'm trying to keep this I'm trying to keep this journal in my head. The word that comes to my head is classy. Classy, classic, something like that. Subdued, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it in vein with this, which is nice and soft. And it's winter, so it should be soft and comforting. So I cut down more of that cardstock, and I have this. This is 2.5 inches, which is what I normally do a pocket. Normally, that's my normal. This is a bit of a deep pocket. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to figure out something for that. So we have a pocket here. Now, I wasn't thinking about putting it back here. I'm not going to put it back here, but I know there's those things. But if in the middle of the second signature, remember, we have, let me just, there. I just want to give it some texture. We have this pocket might need to be, oops, hello. I think this is 4 1/4. It was a card front. And where's my, and I might need to, it's 4 1/4. I don't want it to be 4 1/4. I need to chop 1/4 inch off of it. Ouch. All right, let's chop 1/4 inch off, people. Let's do it this way. I'm not sure where the 1/4 inch line is. I'm not sure where the 1/4 inch line is, but I'm not sure whether, there it is. Do 1, 2, 3. Let me mark it with pencil. I'm not quite sure where the 1/4 inch line is on this. That's 1 inch. I just want to trim off 1/4 inch. I'm just going to line it up right there with the other, there. That looks crooked. Probably looks crooked because I'm having it on a, let's try again, shall we? Oh, no, I don't. I already trimmed it. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. And then I was going to glue this down somehow. And then again, something small, like a small tree. I don't think I have a small tree die, but we'll figure something out. We'll figure it out. I know I have acorn dies. And wet glue, glue stick. This paper has, because it goes through a player piano, has like a bit of a waxy feel to it. So anyway, so hi, hello. I know I just start jammering away here because I've been up here, and I think, and I have been talking to, I've been talking to you guys. You just, not with the camera though. There. So that gives us a little bit of texture. We could also, and I think, again, because this is Stampin' Up! Paper, going back to those Stampin' Up! Boxes in my bedroom, which I'm supposed to be donating, they have a tall, skinny tree stamp. But we're not going there, folks. We are just totally not going there. And we can put, I want to do something with the edges of this pocket. And then, of course, something's going to be put on top of it because it is not, it's plain and not enough texture, right? So like we did here, because there's so much texture with the Japanese lettering and the paper itself. So I think that's fine. And then maybe we can go back, and because this does have stamps, we can go back and let's see if that stamp will fit. Stamp it. Of course, I think of these things after the fact. But I have, and I can stamp it with white, the unicorn white ink. Ugh, should have done it before I put it on there. the unicorn white ink, which would make it look like snow. All right, let us ruin, let us ruin, oh no, not that one. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Before I completely ruin that pocket with this, I'm going to use this as a piece of, no, I won't use that as a piece of scrap paper. I have more pulled over here. Use this as a piece of scrap paper, simply because I don't want to suddenly use embossing powder there. Hero Arts Unicorn White. Because, again, it's already in the book and it's going to make a mess. So let's see what happens with this. Boy, did I make a mess with that. Ooh, I need to clean off this block. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. All right, let's see what that's going to look like. Yep, okay, let's do that. I want to make sure it's nice and glompy. Ooh, that's nice and glompy, Karynjean. What the heck are you thinking about? Oh, I'm just spritzing some water on a clean paper towel here with this mister, which keeps on going even after I'm not using it anymore. All right, where did I put that? Let's do this. We might do a second generation stamping, which probably would be better. Oh, yeah, first generation. Okay, and we're gonna need something hard behind it. Bear with me. Here we go. Oh, put this behind it. Let's see what we can do here. Make sure it's on the tree. I really can't see the tree because the block is so dirty. Oops, I don't want to shift the block. I just want to... All right, it's something. Again, we're not into perfection. We are not into perfection. I need to clean this. I need to clean this like ridiculously. I'm gonna do it over here. Let's see if we can do a uncut version again of, whoops, what's going on with this? There we go. I'm just spraying a lot of water on the block right over the garbage can. And then I am using well, how did you get there? You don't belong there. Using a rag to clean the stamp. And I'm going to try to clean the block as well. Ugh. And I might need to take this block down to, what is that? Down to the kitchen sink and use some soap and water on it, for goodness sakes. All right, we'll just put that there because we might decide to, we'll put that on that side and we'll put the other one that we used on the other side. This one, there's this one, but this one. And we might, and yeah. And there. And we'll see what we're going to do with them. Okay, now. Back to it. Back to it. Get the water off the work surface. All right, so where was I? I was over here. I want to soften this a little bit. I was talking about, I need something to weigh this down over here. That's not enough. Where's a big clip? There. I might not have been talking. I was thinking inking the edges. Now we were going to be using woof for the edges. We have woof right here. And that's going to match that nicely. But do I want to soften this? Do I want to round these corners at all? That's already glued down. Okay. Do I want to round these corners at all? I think I do. Do I want to put a little thumb notch in it? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm just doing my babbling. Thumb notch in it. I'm going to get out my corner rounder. My chomper corner rounder. Do I want to do, let's try 1/4 of an inch. I might decide to go 1/2 an inch. Nope, 1/4 of an inch is good. Right, 1/4 of an inch is fine. Keep that out. Maybe we should put that down there. And let's see what this is going to look like on this. Is it going to look black? It's going to look dark. Did I put that on the wrong side? I might have. Using the paper trimmer, sometimes it puts a little ridge because it's cutting down. So the paper is... Okay. Oh, sugar shoes. I did that before. When I was using the Simon Hurley fake plant ink, I was constantly flipping it upside down on the work surface. I had green ink everywhere. I was not happy. Okay, so we're going to put this here. The only embellishments that I pulled out really were those snowflake stickers. Hold on. There's white. I thought I had silver. I have gold. Oh. Gold and brassy and no. I'm just looking in the bucket over here, friends. We have, I also found this. It's not going to go on that page though. Do something more with this in the book because it's sparkly. We need the sparkles. We need the sparklies. The ribbons, the trims. I'm not seeing anything. Hold on just a second. I am seeing, seeing scrap paper. I am seeing, where's the other sheet? I am seeing, here it is. I am seeing the snowflake stickers. I pulled that out because of the tree. Now, I'm not going to have fun fussy cutting that out though. But I will wind up fussy cutting out those two treetops. Just saying. Gold, rose gold, kind of white. I don't know. All right, we're gluing this down. And not gusset. Whoops. Sweet heaven. Making a mess. And now the cat's over here. The dog must be downstairs. Get a piece of paper toweling out. What time is it anyway? 11:30. 11:30 on we had our first frost this morning. The National Weather Service was calling for a first frost to start at like 2 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock in the morning. I have not been outside. I did sleep with my 1-bedroom window open though, because that's how I roll, right? I can do this in the bundled sage. I don't know if you can see this. This die set also has another die, which it doesn't cut stuff out, but it gives it this texture, which I think would be lost. You can barely see it. I don't know. I was just messing around with it. Bundle sage tree. I don't know what I'm doing. We need to do something else with this. We can... No. Do we want to stamp a tree down on it? Oh. And I was also thinking of not using these and then just using these in as part of like a little journaling tag, you know, thing. Definitely need something else. And this is the signature center, so I'm not sure what else we're going to do with this. All right, let me see is how this would look. Is there a right and a wrong? I think there we go. On the green. We have the, trying to make sure that, I think that's the right side. I'm not sure I would put it on the green because, well, there's the antlers. We actually can put it on the green, put it on green here, center some antlers there. Because we have a deer here, but it's a mama deer and a baby deer, no antlers, so maybe not antlers. We have gold pine conies. We could put those down. And I'd use double-sided adhesive on that. Put those down. Does not look bad on the green. I wouldn't want to put it down on white. And if we use like the silver, I don't like it on the silver. Where's those other scraps? Oh, I also pulled out, this from that other Christmas pad that I pulled out. Okay, let's look at, you want gold on gold? It's going to get lost. Gold on, nope. I'm thinking on the green. Hold on. Things are dropping. Things are falling. We can do another on the green, but let's go back here. So if we can do another on the green. We can do a side. See, we need to put it onto something so we don't lose it. But then if we do it something like this, we're going to lose the background, which I suppose is okay. We need to stencil. I need to get out my stencils and do something there. So before I put pockets on, I might want to do something like that. So I have that pocket there. I can do another pocket this way. Right, we do another pocket this way. Boring. We could put this here. This is a nice journaling card, but we could put it here as a side tuck. And because it's the same paper pad, of course it goes beautifully. We also have to do clusters. I'm getting extremely distracted, my friends, extremely distracted. But one thing I did notice, and it was back here somewhere. I thought it was in this signature. Could have been in the back of this signature. One of these pages needs doctrine. Where was it? So, yeah, here it is. Squirrel. I know. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. And I was thinking, actually, needs doctrine in a couple of places. We can doctor it with ribbon on one side, which will take care of it. I was actually thinking of this, right? And folding this over. I didn't realize it was also torn down here, though. So we could put this ribbon, the twill tape, because it goes with that. And I don't think I have used it yet. We can twill tape here, which is what we're going to do. I'm going to twill tape it right there. And are we going to glue it? No, we are going to double-sided adhesive it. Double-sided adhesive. Now, I should have cut it just... Trying to get that straight is not always easy because it's ribbon and it moves when I'm cutting it. Okay, double-sided adhesive. This is 1 inch. The tape, I believe, is a little bit bigger than 1 inch. Get over there. We could also make, as we have in the past, let's do it this way, using the scraps of fabric, make our own tape like that, right? There we go. Because this is fabric, we would have to use Fabrifix on this. So let's see what happens here. Just use this. Peel back the release paper and put it on the edge of the page. Not quite to the edge of the page. And this is just going to fray. And it should stop fraying when it gets to the tape. And this is going to fray. Let's fray it. Oh, see, it already got to the tape because the tape is higher on this one. All right, there. There, a little bit of fray. So that is doctored using page edging. It's not doctored over here, which is fine. I do want to tape it down. Where is that scrap of green? Here it is. I can tape it, do this here, put some of this on there. I'm going to put some of this on there. I need to trim it down a little bit. Crooked, of course, because, you know, straight lines and I do not get along. So, and this definitely has a right side and a wrong side. So, do we want it like there? That piece there showing? Why don't we do this? Why don't we figure out where we want this? What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half. This should help me with a straighter cut, right? Because I'm just going to burnish that fold down and I'm just going to trim off the side of the fold. There, like that. Like that. So that's going to go there. Now, do we want this here? Like that? Like this? Where do we want it? What do we want showing? Does it matter? No, it does not matter. We're going to do this right here. We're going to rip it. We're going to glue it. Too much glue again. All over my fingers. Wow, that's a lot of glue. And then we're going to, if I can get that piece of paper off my finger, this one we're going to use the glue on. See if we can pull it down a little bit. And we're going to line it up and we're going to put it right there. Now we could also do another little piece. Where is it? Right there. Okay. This is just going to give some bizarre, I don't know, bizarre interest to it. Again, we're going to do the same thing. There. And we're going to put a snippet of this on here. Are we going to put a snippet of this on here, or are we just going to leave that one plain? We're going to leave this one plain. We don't want everything all samey. There. It's another way of doctoring. Now, you might recall, you might not recall, you might have not seen if you're new here. In my earlier videos, when I really heavily dyed some papers, and they were like torn edges and stuff, some torn edges I left, and I doctored with this, I call it doctoring, like if there's a big tear or something, with a different, like if it's a blue, depending upon the color of the journal. Like I might take a purple piece of dyed paper and just like slap it on there. Not slap it on there, but you know what I mean. Just make it a bit more colorful and have more interest. And of course this green is cardstock. It's not paper, so there. There. And I could, you know, just stamp it with a tiny little stamp, and we could also, well, we could put another piece up there. Do we need to? No. Is it because there's no doctoring needed, but we could still put another piece up there. Also, as I'm looking at this and I'm thinking clusters, I'm thinking we're going to use this as our cluster base. So let us 1, 2, 3, get down there, 4, 5, 6. I like using my 1.5 inch punch to make my clusters. And that'll be 3 per signature. We might want to do 4. I like odd numbers, not even numbers. And I have no idea how we're going to build our clusters. Now that could be something. Maybe we could have used this paper, or I can use, wait a second. Where's that other scrap? The scrap that has the too big, here it is. The too big tree. I don't want a 1.5 inch punch. What's this one? Let's see. There's a cluster. We have that just to give it a little bit of, because that's in the book. And we're going to need some soft lines on that. All right, I'm just going to, let's see what we got. Just cut that off there. And do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's a way different color green, but that's okay. Oh. Oof, for heaven's sakes, come on. Okay. And we could use this, a little bit of this in our clusters. We can. Now, also in the past, I do have the gold filament thread. I probably should, and this is for cross-stitching. Not wanting really to use gold in here, more of a silver. I'm wondering if I have silver filament thread in with my cross-stitching stuff. All right, I'm going to cut just a little hunk of this. Yes, it's a squirrel day for me, my friends. It's a squirrel day. So we have this pocket here, which is, whoops, what's going on here? I know the glue. Oh, probably should have hit it. For some reason, the micropore was feeling a little sticky to me. There we go. Okay, there's a pocket there. We're going to go to the center of the second signature. For our pocket here, this should be fine, right? We need to do something with that. We'll get back to that because now I have clusters on my brain. But I still have this in my brain too. I want it shown. It is a tag. We can actually make it a... Nope. I'm going to put it here because that's what I want to do. That's what my brain is telling me to do at the moment. Now, the question is, I do want to ink the edges. Do I want to ink the edges with the same Simon Hurley ink, or do I want to ink the edge? Because this is already that color. Let's take a look and see. There might not be anything left on here. Let me see. Oh, there is a little bit. You can barely see it. So let's go to Shabby Shutters. Oh, okay, let's go to, not Shabby Shutters, Bundled Sage. Shabby Shutters is one I use frequently. Shabby Shutters, Mowed Lawn, which is too bright for this. Bundled Sage, not so much, but there we go. And what we can do as well is we can poke our hole there. I think I have a just like a regular hole puncher, but I think that hole is going to be too big. No, that's the wrong one. Is that the wrong? That's the wrong one. This is the one I'm thinking for. What is all over here? Probably cornstarch. Here we go. A small hole. The small hole, because that's a tiny hole, and we can. Well, I punched it. We could throw some, like make a burlap bow or something there. To cover, I shouldn't have punched it. We could do something there. We can, we can make a bow out of that? Nope. Where's that? Do I have it here? I might not have. All right, hold on. Whoops. Here. Some of this, not burlappy, but, twiny stuff. Let's get, there we go. Because that's, it's a bit rustic. It's also not long enough for these sausage fingers, but we could do something like that. Right? Just something like that. I should not have, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to take a piece to fix my mistake. Right? Warts and all, folks, warts and all. I'm going to take just a little piece of micropore. Hello, thank you. To put on the back of that hole. Then I'm going to throw a dab of glue down on it. And I'm going to put that down on it. And as I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, hold the phone, hold the phone, hold the phone. I don't have a very tiny hole punch. I do. Hold the phone. I'm going to pull that up in a second. Oh, geez. There we go. Bam. Bam, I say. Bam. Okay, we're going to put this down there. So, micropore is redundant. We're going to throw this there. We're going to put this there. Hopefully it'll hold. Micropore is redundant, but we're leaving it there. And then we're going to, because it's going to be a corner. So just a little bit there. Like so. Right? Right. Okay. We've been doing this video for 40 minutes. So let's see how far we get before I say we need to stop. I mean, I can go on all day. You guys do not want to watch an all-day video. So, there. I like that. And do we want to trim this down at all? I don't know. Maybe a little bit. got? Let's see if I can do it. Just snip it. Just snip it. Different lengths. Oh, and I did say maybe we could use our wax seal kit. Now this one's just a little bit too long. Boom. And that one, fine. I don't care. It's fine. The wax seal kit, which might be fun. Okay, setting that aside, let's see what we could do about clusters. Now, I was thinking this would be the back of the cluster, but that's a nice texture to have on the front of the cluster. That one too. Okay, works for me. What do I care? That's not true. Of course I care. Not sure where I'm going with this. We want something soft. Right, we do. I'm folding it in half or doubling it up. However we want to look at it. Maybe doing that again. Just so that we can actually see so we can see the sparklies, right? So we can see the sparklies. I don't know, it's still kind of a bit of a flat cluster. It's a bit of a flat cluster. No, we need something else. We need something else. Maybe, what was I saying? We need a little bit more texture to it. This is also going to make it a flat cluster. Ooh, that's way flat. We need texture. And then this is 4 items. Has to be odd numbers because that's what the eye likes, the odd numbers. That's not working for me either. Not working for me at all. We could put the snowflake on it. Take that off. Nope. All right, clusters. I don't know what we're going to do about clusters. We're going to push it all up here again, and we're going to decide on clusters later. That's what we're going to do about clusters. Well, I think I'm going to stop now. Things are encroaching. Encroaching is okay. And we have this tuck spot here. Very nice. We have a pocket here which needs something else. Which needs something else. My friends. I don't know what. We'll figure it out. So, if you guys have any ideas, you know, my imagination isn't the only one in town. You let me know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? What should we be doing? What's another thing we can do? And with the clusters, how can we add some texture and visual oomph to them with, I don't know. This is all flat stuff. We'll have to figure it out. Okay? So, thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you're new here, a very belated welcome. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.